Hello. So I'm going to do something that's a little bit of a challenge for myself. I realized something about myself today, and while I am realizing, I'm on the cusp of something. And usually what I do is sort of coach myself to getting to the core of it. So I'm going to challenge myself to doing that on a video because it just, what I'm coaching myself through has to do with making a video, which will make sense, I'm sure, as I come full circle with this. So I realized this morning there's this course that I really wanted to do, and doing it felt like it's a coaching course to basically have practice clients, be a practice client for somebody else, coaching in the sense of someone helping you self-reflect and work with your inner child to understand a part of you, which is exactly what I'm going to be doing with my own self in this video. And part of me really wanted to do this program. There's a lot more that has to do with the program, but it costed a certain amount, couldn't afford it. I asked for support, and even as I was asking for the support from someone, I fully felt like I fell into my flow. I was like, wow, I have learned already so much from the first 3 weeks of this course, which were free, and then now to continue it costs. And I started it, and that's what even got me to start posting on here in the first place, was because there was some part of me that was like, I can't be a coach to somebody. I need to gain more knowledge. Like, I need to read more books. I need to fully understand the power of now and comprehend it. But Eckhart Tolle, before I can go and teach anyone anything. And that little story I was telling myself was completely washed away when one of the coaches in the 3 weeks said, everyone can be a coach to somebody that's a few steps behind them, in a sense, or in a different area where like you've developed a muscle of self-reflection and can even help them. Because if you think about it, the metaphor he used was a guide on a mountain. To get up that mountain, someone that's already at the top is not going to be able to help you at the bottom. Like, how are they going to remember how are they going to be able to see the few stepping stones that are literally right in front of you? They're just like, oh, this, and that. And you're like, but there's all these steps before I even get to that turn, bro. And so the metaphor is that we need someone that's not at the top already. Well, sometimes that can help, to kind of read books that are hard for you to comprehend, because it can just open your mind. But in actuality, in order to actually have some aligned action, you need either yourself to be able to do this with yourself, or a coach or a guide that's only a few steps in front of you. You want a guide that's like that you're following, that's like maybe 3-4 steps in front of you, not someone that's just already at the top. And that metaphor just like completely opened my mind to, oh my gosh, I can start now, because I can help somebody that is a couple steps behind me, which I don't even like saying, because like saying that someone is behind me feels like feeding my ego. But then ego can also be under estimating yourself too. So, and that metaphor helped me completely start posting videos on YouTube. But I guess I didn't really know why other than like, oh my gosh, that metaphor makes so much sense. Yes. I didn't fully know why it made that much sense until this morning. And this morning, when I realized I wasn't going to have the support to go through this next 6 months with this coaching program, I felt, oh no, like I need it. I need the program or I can't do this. I need the program. I need the practice. And I just like was sitting with it because some inner part of me was like reacting in this energy of fear of, oh wait, I need it though, I need to make this happen. Isn't the frequency I want to be in, you know, I want to make decisions at a more leveled state. And so I just centered myself and sat with it. And what came was, I have some perfectionism in me. And I thought perfectionism was, I would not call myself a perfectionist. I'm like, my room is messy, my car is messy. The way that like I do my art, I get paint all over the place. Like I'm not OCD, I'm not super clean and tidy, so I'm not a perfectionist. But I realized this morning I am setting perfectionist limits on myself. I can't do that until this is done the right way. And that's even why it's taken me 9-10 days now to post another video, actually, because I set this intention to, well, it was like kind of a mild intention. I adopted what someone else said that they did. They said, I posted every day for 3 weeks and it changed my reality. And I was like, I'm gonna do that. And I did it for like a week. And then I got to a video where as I was making it, I was being distracted by my mind. And at the end of the video, I posted it because I was like, I said I would post every day. So I posted it and then I deleted it the next day because I felt like it was a waste of people's time. And I was scattered in what I was trying to share because I was continuously distracted. Then I went back and edited the video, took out some chunks of it, and put little captions as to pointing out how I was being distracted. So I may post that, but that interrupted me for the last 9 days. And now maybe even that was like getting perfectionist on that video. It's not good enough yet. Which is interesting because the very first video I posted on here was very not perfect. So I think what I'm really working on is not, and even what I'm doing making this video, is posting something, creating and showing people things that aren't completed yet and that I don't go over, edit, and perfect. Yeah. It's interesting that perfectionism can look like it can look like procrastination. Because you're procrastinating beginning, like I've struggled with that a lot, just starting something. And I procrastinate starting because I'm like, oh wait, I need this material and this material before I start. Oh, I need to fix that. I need to get that in order before I can focus on it. And then my life becomes all about preparing for this thing that I never actually start. Which in my mind is like, okay, what's the payoff? Because we do things because it has some sort of payoff for us, whether or not it makes it, and it doesn't usually make logical sense. The payoff for me procrastinating and like getting everything, spending all my energy, it's like all my energy goes to trying to make it good enough to begin so that I don't actually have the energy to begin. It's like, oh, I was so productive today. I did all this stuff fixing so that I can start later. I spent an entire day doing all of this, and it's like I get the payoff of I was efficient. I did all this stuff today. Yeah, I was busy and I deserve to be tired. And because I'm tired, I'm actually not going to start. Wow. I've had procrastination issues my whole schoolhood, and I still do it. I mean, it's been 10 days. So posting every day was, I guess, an unrealistic thing to try to put on myself, and probably me trying to do it perfectly. So this is going to be imperfect, and the algorithm is probably going to hate me for that, and no one's going to see this. But that's kind of the point, and I just needed to refine my point of creating this channel, was that I don't need to be at the top of some mountain. I don't need to have all this stuff all prepared before I share just a ton of stuff. I can share along the way, and I do think there's magic in that, because I want that. I want someone that's discovered things about themselves that I'm working on and can help me like shoot past that, because things can get stuck for so long. Procrastination can last a really long time. You can do it for years. Some people never get to the actual thing that they wanted to get to because they're just constantly trying to get their ducks in a row before they start. So I'm just starting while my ducks are all a mess. Is there anything else I wanted to say here? I don't think so. See you around.